And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tas Sports Radio this Thursday evening. You're with Rick Fontaine, with thanks to Neil Buckby Motors. Great to have your company once again, wherever you may be tuning in to our coverage tonight. Well, we have got a pretty jam-packed show tonight. It is very football-orientated, particularly in the first half hour or so. Very shortly, we're going to catch up with one of the guys that's going to be lining up for Carlton this Saturday afternoon at Aurora Stadium, Sam Kerridge, has had a very good season for the Blues. Has actually played every game this season, all 17 matches since moving over from the Adelaide Crows. We'll catch up with him very shortly. Also this half hour, Hawthorn assistant coach Damien Carroll will also join us on the line. We'll have a look at the Hawthorn team and get a bit of a preview and feel for what is going to be a fantastic weekend of AFL football. Also, really looking forward to catching up with Kate Child. Kate plays with the Launceston Lady Blues in the Tasmanian Women's League, and she'll be our guest around about 8 o'clock this evening, and we'll have a chat about not only the Launceston Lady Blues, but the Tasmanian Women's Football League, and also having a look at the Academy in Tasmania run recently as well. As usual, we'll catch up with Matthew McGee and preview this weekend's matches in the TSL. Of course, no games in Launceston with the AFL match happening, but there are 4 games being played in Hobart this weekend. We'll take a look at that and also just have a chat on that magnificent game here at Aurora Stadium last Saturday afternoon. So one of the best games of the year, if not the best game of the year, where Glenorchy came home in the second half and got over the top of North Launceston in an absolute thriller. Big weekend, second last round, I should say, of the State League Netball, and we're going to catch up with the captain of the Cavaliers, Kate Gibson. She'll be our guest in the second half hour tonight. They've got a huge game coming up against Cripps Waratah on Saturday, so we'll have a look at that game and also take a closer look at the ladder and the repercussions, I guess, of wins and losses, because we have 4 teams in particular separated by just 1 point, and they're trying to get the final 2 spots on the ladder. We'll have a quick look towards the end of the program on the matches coming up in the Seaball basketball as well. So plenty to look forward to. As I mentioned, it is a big weekend in the AFL. Hawthorn taking on Carlton. We're really looking forward to that game. All the seating has sold out. Just some general admission seats left. Weather forecast good, so it promises to be a great day. So we're going to take a quick break and have a listen to some of the messages from our great supporters and sponsors here and on Tas Sports Radio. But straight after the break, we're going to catch up with Carlton star Sam Kerridge.
Put some power into your performance with JBC Sports Power. Feel electric in the latest styles of footwear and apparel. Choose from the latest and most amped up fitness equipment, cricket, Aussie rules and soccer gear. Energize yourself today with gym equipment. Or power down with friends and family. The source of power in fitness. JBC Sports Power, your local experts.
Right now at Neil Buckby Jaguar, there's Jaguar demonstrator deals that will get your heart racing. For a strictly limited time, take advantage of the exceptional offers and big savings available on all Jaguar demonstrator models. Don't miss this chance to get your heart racing. Get behind the wheel and test drive a Jaguar today. Demonstrator deals are for a limited time, so test drive your new Jaguar today at Neil Buckby Jaguar, corner York and Margaret Streets, Launceston.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice, in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
I had 20/20 vision, and in 4 months I went like I was. You can't put a price on your eyes.
Your donation helps Tasmanian Eye Institute deliver world-leading research, education and service in ophthalmology for Tasmanians.
Subaru's end of financial year sale is now on. There's never been a better time to do a new Subaru, as all the range now comes with a reduced price and the added reassurance of 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Do hurry in to the end of financial year sale, now on at Neil Buckby Subaru.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
Well, we are set for a very big game of AFL football at Aurora Stadium this Saturday afternoon, arguably one of the biggest games in years, as evidenced by the fact that all the reserve seating has sold out weeks ago, and terrific to have two traditional Melbourne clubs, Hawthorn and Carlton, do battle. And one of those players who will be lining up for the Blues, his new club this year, and he's had a terrific season for them. Sam Kerridge has been good enough to join us on the line this evening on Tas Sports Radio. Good evening, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, Sam, it's going to be the first roster game for premiership points that the club has played here at Aurora Stadium, where Hawthorn, they've got a pretty enviable record winning their past 18 games down here. But obviously earlier in the year you faced them in the NAB Challenge match in February. You played in that game and I know played very well that day as well. What's the focus been, I guess, on the club to try and, be the first club in almost 5 years to inflict a loss on the Hawks?
Yeah, look, obviously, we all know how good Hawthorn are, and especially down there at Aurora. Like you said, they've got a fantastic record. And, I guess, each week we're going out there trying to play our best footy. And, we've put a lot of things into place over the year that is really helping us improve as a football team and the club as well. So, we're really looking forward to the challenge, obviously against Hawthorn, who are a premiership side the last 3 years and, on top of the ladder at the moment. So, all the boys are really excited and up for the challenge.
And Sam, you touched on what you've been building on all year as a club. Last week, of course, you went down by just a kick to the Swans, but you've beaten Geelong, Collingwood, Port Adelaide. That's a pretty good list of sides that you've beaten. In terms of the successes you've had on the field throughout the season, has it probably been, have you achieved more than what you probably set out to achieve? I know you want to win every game and play finals football, but in terms of where the club was at last year to where you've advanced to this year, you must be pretty happy.
Yeah, look, well, I wasn't here last year, so I can't really comment on last year's performances and whatnot, but look, I came across and I've, really enjoyed my time here at the club, and I've just seen a massive eagerness from the players, coaching staff and the whole club to really get this club back to where it belongs. And, we set pretty high standards throughout the year. And, like you touched on, we want to go out there and win every game and play finals footy. So, we're no different to any other team. We, we set ourselves to that and we aspire for that throughout the year. And, obviously, we're not quite there at the moment, but we'll keep chipping away at it and, hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later.
And you must gain a lot of confidence, Sam, from the fact that you've been so competitive against sides that are either in the 8 or fighting for a place in the 8, as we touched on Geelong, Sydney last week. It must give you a lot of confidence in the young group that you've got as you move forward for the rest of this year, but of course pre-season and beyond to 2017, that you're heading down the right path.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, they're quality sides, and to push them right to the limit is a real promising time for us as a football club. And like you said, we have a pretty young group, so we do take a lot of confidence out of that. But look, at the end of the day, we also want to be winning games, and sometimes close enough isn't good enough, and we'll keep chipping away and keep working on a few things. But we definitely draw a fair bit of confidence, pushing those good sides right to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, played a lot of your early football, of course, at the Bendigo Pioneers before playing 27 senior games with the Crows. Back to Victoria this year, where you've played one of only 8 to play every game for Carlton this season. You must be very pleased to be back in Melbourne and playing with a club as well. How have you found the transition?
Yeah, look, the transition's been fantastic. The club, the boys, the coaches, everyone's been a great bunch of people, and I couldn't have asked for a better transition coming over from Adelaide. Obviously, to get to Melbourne and, into such a big club like Carlton has been fantastic, and I'm enjoying every minute of the moment. I loved my time in Adelaide. They were fantastic as well, and I'll be forever grateful for them for giving me, the first opportunity to play some AFL footy, and, I'll definitely have a soft spot for them always. But like I said, I've really enjoyed my time here at Carlton, and, really looking forward to what's to come over the next few years, for this footy club.
Now, a young man that's really developing as a senior coach now after having a number of years under Alistair Clarkson at Hawthorn, someone that is very well known and respected here in Launceston. Brendan Bolton, of course, was a premiership footballer with North Launceston and a terrific player in his own right. Tell us about his influence on yourself and the club this season. What have you seen there?
Yeah, look, Brendan's been fantastic. As everyone knows, in the footy world, he's just he's a genuine guy. He genuinely cares about the playing group and the club, and you can see that in the way he goes about his work, day in, day out. And, he's come across from a successful side of Hawthorn, where he spent obviously the last couple of years, and he's brought a great bunch of ideas. He's someone that's definitely in a hurry to succeed, and that's spread throughout the footy club. And, the boys get along with him really well. He's got a great knack of having the ability to, I guess, coach, but to also have that care for the players as well on and off the field. So, he's definitely one of the better coaches I've had in my short career thus far.
Now, just finally, Sam, obviously it's a big game for the club and a big challenge this week coming down to Aurora Stadium and taking on the Hawks. But tell us about the build-up to a game, particularly when you travel interstate as a club. Do things change in terms of timelines with training or anything like that? And I guess as well, getting down to a ground that you've had a bit of experience at earlier in the season in terms of having a good run around. What's the process with your travel in particular?
Yeah, look, I guess we always look forward to a bit of travel, being a Melbourne club, and we only travel a couple of times a year. So I guess all the boys, really look forward to that opportunity to spend a few days together, and it always does bring you a bit closer together as a playing group and coaching group as well. So, we're really looking forward to the opportunity to get down there and, put in a good solid four-quarter efforts. But look, in terms of training and stuff, it's just, everything's slightly tinkered with, and times might be a little bit different, but, look, that's something that everyone has to go through when they travel, and it's just part of the game. So it's nothing too dramatic, but like I said, the boys are really looking forward to getting down there and, putting in a good performance. And
certainly, I guess, to play in front of your fans, there'll obviously be a contingent that'll make the short flight down to Launceston as well. But I know Carlton have a very, very strong following down here in Tasmania. It'd be great to put on a great show.
Yeah, we'll look, absolutely. We love our fans, and they make us tick each week, and it's fantastic to see, so many of them out week in, week out. So, definitely looking forward to having a good number of fans out there on Saturday afternoon.
Do you have a long sleeve jumper, Sam? You may need that on Saturday.
Oh, no, I don't actually, and I don't think my dad would be too impressed if I ever wore a long sleeve. But I might hold off for just a little bit longer, I think. I'll see how I go.
Yeah, a good warm-up, no doubt. It'll be very well planned through the fitness team, I'm sure. Sam, look, we really appreciate your time on Tas Sports Radio. We're really excited, looking forward to seeing two great Victorian teams do battle here in Launceston, traditional footy state. We can't wait. So we wish you well on Saturday, and well done on a good season so far, and good luck.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Great to catch up there a little earlier with Sam Kerridge from Carlton. As I said before, he's had a terrific season, moving over from the Adelaide Crows, and has one of only 8 players to play all 17 games so far during the home and away season. And good young fella, good talent, and looking forward to seeing him play in the short sleeve jumper on Saturday afternoon here at Aurora Stadium. It is a big day of football in Launceston. It kicks off at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Launceston Toyota are hosting a kids clinic that will be taken by Campbell Brown, and this is for children, boys and girls aged between 7 and 12, to be hosted at the NTCA ground from 11 a.m. through until 12 p.m. There'll then be a free sausage sizzle. It's not easy to say, sausage sizzle, and that'll be straight after at 12 o'clock. It is a free clinic, which is absolutely fantastic. So get along to that. You can just turn up on the day, but great if you could pre-register. Contact Jess at Launceston Toyota, give them a call. pass on your details, then you'll be registered. If you're then heading to the footy, what a great day that'll be. Be part of a kids clinic. Campbell Brown, of course, is a Hawthorn Premiership player and a former All-Australian player as well, so that'll be great. And then the short walk to Aurora Stadium. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, quick break on Tas Sports Radio. Coming up next, we're going to catch up with Hawthorn's assistant coach, Damien Carroll.
Put some power into your performance with JBC Sports Power. Feel electric in the latest styles of footwear and apparel. Choose from the latest and most amped up fitness equipment. Cricket, Aussie rules and soccer gear. Energize yourself today with gym equipment. Or power down with friends and family. The source of power in fitness. JBC Sports Power, your local experts.
Right now at Neil Buckby Jaguar, there's Jaguar demonstrator deals that will get your heart racing. For a strictly limited time, take advantage of the exceptional offers and big savings available on all Jaguar demonstrator models. Don't miss this chance to get your heart racing. Get behind the wheel and test drive a Jaguar today. Demonstrator deals are for a limited time, so test drive your new Jaguar today at Neil Buckby Jaguar, corner York and Margaret Streets, Launceston.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
I had 20/20 vision, and in 4 months I went like I was. You can't put a price on your eyes.
Your donation helps Tasmanian Eye Institute deliver world-leading research, education and service in ophthalmology for Tasmanians.
Subaru's end of financial year sale is now on. There's never been a better time to do a new Subaru, as all the range now comes with a reduced price and the added reassurance of 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Do hurry in to the end of financial year sale, now on at Neil Buckby Subaru.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
Welcome back to Tas Sports Radio. You're with Rick Fontaine. It is approaching 10 minutes to 8 on this Thursday night. Great to have your company wherever you may be listening. Coming to you from the studios here at Aurora Stadium, which is a hive of activity here. There's a few people around the stadium tonight. The TV networks at Foxtel getting set up, and it promises to be a great day. As we mentioned earlier, the reserve seating sold out weeks ago. There's just some general admission tickets still available, and we're certainly looking at probably having the biggest crowd at Aurora Stadium since, probably the Richmond game going back quite a few years ago here. So it promises to be a great day. For the fans, well, there is an open training tomorrow afternoon from 3 p.m. at Aurora Stadium. You can get into the ground via gate number 1 and get along early on Saturday. It's a bit of a celebration for Hawthorn, 15 years, can you believe that, in Tasmania? And there is going to be a pre-game show from around 20 minutes past 1 celebrating that 15 years. We're going to catch up with there'll be a fireworks display, so hopefully the sun's not shining too bright so that we can see that well. There'll be a giant Guernsey presentation, and X Factor winner Reece Maston is going to be performing pre-game as well, which will be absolutely fantastic. But it's all about the game on Saturday afternoon. Great to have two AFL powerhouses, Hawthorn and Carlton, going head-to-head, and very pleased to say and grateful to have with us on the line tonight the assistant coach of Hawthorn, Damien Carroll. Good evening, Damien. Thanks for joining us.
No worries, Rick. Good to be on.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing a very competitive game down here. Of course, Brendan Bolton, very familiar with Tasmanian people, not only as a former Hawthorn assistant coach, but a premiership player with North Launceston, playing a lot of his football down here. It must be pretty exciting for the club to be obviously trying to not only win game number 19 in a row down here, which is an extraordinary achievement, but 15 years of Hawthorn being in Tasmania, it'll be a great way to celebrate with getting another win.
Oh, for sure. Look, our support down in Tasmania is unbelievable, actually, and the boys love coming down and really enjoy the games at Launceston. And look, we're certainly looking forward to this game. We know that Carlton has played some good footy this year, and certainly under Bolts, they're very organised and they're defending well. And we saw last week, even against the Swans, they were able to put a lot of pressure on them and nearly win that game. So we're expecting a tough encounter, and certainly for us, we do need to try and get that. We'll secure the top four, but certainly the top two would be an added bonus. And if we're going to get that, we need to come and win this weekend.
And it really is a bottleneck, isn't it? Really, I mean, you have a look from right down to 8th place at the moment. I mean, a slip up at this stage of the season with just a handful of games left to go can be pretty costly and cost a few spots. I mean, obviously not this week because of the couple of games clear, but it really is a real bottleneck and very exciting for the competition.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I think you certainly even head down to St Kilda in 9th position, and they're playing some fantastic footy at the moment. And no doubt that it's going to be a very exciting final series. And obviously our first job is to qualify as high as possible. And look, some of the results have gone our way over the last few weeks, and we've continued to win some games, which has been important. But it's not too long ago that Geelong was sort of heralded as favourites, and that's probably been brought on now to us. But we just have to keep winning, and obviously, as I said, try and finish as high as possible, give ourselves the best chance in the final series.
Damien, do you hear a lot of the stories, like, we hear during the year, Hawthorn had a lot of these narrow wins, and maybe this incredible era is coming to an end. Arguably, the club, when you look at the ladder position, is in a better position than what they were during the last three premierships. Does the club take notice of that at all, or do you just go about your business and just focus on the task at hand?
Look, I think there's a bit of publicity on it, and I think we'd agree that probably some of the wins we've been able to get a win, but been a little bit fortunate as well. So I think we understand the competition, as you said before, is so even, and we've been able to win a lot of games under 10 points. And I suppose we were in the game in round one against Geelong. I think it was pretty level at 3/4 time, and we got blown apart. So we sort of coughed that one up. But was a close game as well, and then the Swans game we lost was pretty close and went the wrong side of it. So we've been on the wrong side a couple of times, but it's been pleasing we've been able to find a way to win. But no doubt we'd still like to keep improving with our footy, and we also know that the team's changed quite a bit from last year. And what has been pleasing is we've been able to win some games with regularly 5 to sort of 7 players who've played under 50 games, which I think has been terrific for us when, a lot of clubs, or probably a lot of supporters thought we'd certainly stumble, as some teams do after a pretty strong reign at the top.
Of course, the whole football fraternity saddened with what Jared Roughead is having to deal with. But on the other side, a man that I've had a lot of admiration for with what he's been through over a number of years. Brendan Whitecross has had his opportunity and seems to have really taken it with open arms. He's been really good since he's come back.
Yeah, he has. So thanks again to everyone out there.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Damien. Excellent. Great to have your company and appreciate your time.
Thanks, Rick. See you, mate.
Bye. Damien Carroll, assistant coach of the Hawthorn Football Club. Terrific to have his insight and having him on the program tonight. We were able to get him at late notice, which we really appreciate and thank the Hawthorn Football Club for. So we look forward to that game. 2:10 p.m. this Saturday afternoon at Aurora Stadium. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to stick with football, but we're going to take a look at the Tasmanian Women's League after the game, after the break, I should say. And we're going to catch up with Kate Child.
Put some power into your performance with JBC Sports Power. Feel electric in the latest styles of footwear and apparel. Choose from the latest and most amped up fitness equipment, cricket, Aussie rules and soccer gear. Energize yourself today with gym equipment. Or power down with friends and family. The source of power in fitness. JBC Sports Power, your local experts.
Right now at Neil Buckby Jaguar, there's Jaguar demonstrator deals that will get your heart racing. For a strictly limited time, take advantage of the exceptional offers and big savings available on all Jaguar demonstrator models. Don't miss this chance to get your heart racing. Get behind the wheel and test drive a Jaguar today. Demonstrator deals are for a limited time, so test drive your new Jaguar today at Neil Buckby Jaguar, corner York and Margaret Streets, Launceston.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki, and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular. My advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
I had 20/20 vision, and in 4 months I went like I was. You can't put a price on your eyes.
Your donation helps Tasmanian Eye Institute deliver world-leading research, education and service in ophthalmology for Tasmanians.
Subaru's end of financial year sale is now on. There's never been a better time to do a new Subaru, as all the range now comes with a reduced price and the added reassurance of 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Do hurry in to the end of financial year sale, now on at Neil Buckby Subaru.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki, and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races, or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice, in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
Welcome back to Tas Sports Radio. Just after 8 o'clock on this Thursday evening. Well, it's been a big night. We've caught up with Sam Kerridge of Carlton. We've been chatting to Hawthorn, and we're going to continue the football theme now. And one of the real big growing sports here in Tasmania at a very exciting stage is the Tasmanian Women's Football League. And very pleased to say that our guest tonight from the Launceston Lady Blues, Kate Child, joins us on the line now. Good evening, Kate. How are you doing?
Good, mate. How are you?
Going very well, thank you. Now, it's an exciting time for women's football, not only in Tasmania but nationally. But playing in the Tasmanian Women's League, tell us a little bit more about, I guess, for those not so familiar yet, the competition and I guess how your side's travelling as well.
Yeah, well, I play for the Launceston Lady Blues, and we're actually in 4th position at the moment out of 8 teams across the state. So we're not doing too badly. Yeah.
No, doing beautifully. Now, this is your first season of football, I believe?
First season of footy this year, yep.
Yeah.
Sure
now,
is.
Tell us a little bit with your story. Why did you take it up, I guess, and what are your goals playing football?
Well, I just took it up for just a bit of fun and fitness, and because my brothers have always played footy, so I thought, if they can do it, I can do it. So, so hopefully I'll be around for a little while to keep having a kick and stuff with the girls, so...
Now, are you the best footballer in the family?
Well, I'm the only one that's playing state league footy at the moment. So
that's a great answer. That is a great answer. So the answer is yes, in a roundabout way.
Probably not.
You're playing at the highest level.
At the highest level, yeah. Yep, that's right.
Kate, I mean, obviously Tassie's a real sporting state. And we see so many sports at the moment, obviously trying to get new people, boys, girls, into their sports. For those young women that are thinking about what sport to take up or perhaps looking for a change, what would you say to them about why they should consider taking up football?
Yeah, well, footy's taken off with us at the moment. Like, we've got a lot of young youth girls coming through, and there's just so many avenues they can go down now. I've seen they've introduced the AFL women's sides now in like Melbourne and that. Yeah. So we actually had 9 representatives from our team this year go over for the under 18s youth girls, which is and represent the state. So that was really awesome for us. Yeah, so there's just so much now.
Oh, there is, and look, it's really exciting and a great stage for women's football. That all of a sudden we've seen that elevation. As you mentioned, we've got 8 teams competing in the state league, which is very exciting and can only go from strength to strength. The inaugural AFL Girls Academy run in Tasmania. What having something like that, what could that mean particularly for the girls? Is that sort of something, I guess, particularly for those that have got aspirations in wanting to take it further now that we have got a national competition about to get underway?
Yeah, well, that's that's really good because we've actually got one of our star players, Daria Bannister, looking at probably getting drafted next year as well. So that's a great avenue for them to get amongst the footy and stuff and get their names out there as well.
With the sport, so I guess having a look at the club, I mean, the Launceston Football Club, a very proud, historic club that's been around for so long. Tell us how the Launceston Lady Blues have been, I guess, taken and within the community of the Launceston Football Club in terms of the support and encouragement. Is that at a very strong level? Yeah, absolutely. We've got a very good partnership with the Launceston Footy Club, and they support us very, very well as well. We've got a great committee, and all the mothers and fathers and that are all out helping us out as well. We're just trying to get our name out there, and we're very proud to wear the Launceston Blues colours as well. So. Now you mentioned Kate, you're fourth on the ladder at the moment. What's the run home like? We've got Hobart City this weekend on Saturday at 12 o'clock. And then we've got a trip down to Hobart to see the Suns, and we're playing them twice in a row, actually. And then we've got Glenorchy as well. So that's one of our biggest rivals. So hopefully we lost to them by 3 points in the last game against them. So hopefully we're going to get the win over them this time. Well, let's hope so. Now, tell us the game against Hobart City. Where's that being played? Is that at North Hobart? No, we're playing this weekend at Windsor. So I've got a home game. So we play there at 12 o'clock. And it's actually a bit of a special game, this one, because one of our players, Hayley White, will be celebrating her 50th game. So that's really special because we don't play as many games during the year as what the men play. So getting 50 games up is pretty good. So we're all pretty excited about that this weekend. Yeah, no, we wish her well. So 12 o'clock down at Windsor Park for those listening tonight to get out there and catch that game. That's on Sunday, is it? Saturday, yep. So they can... So come over before you go see the Hawks. That's it, yep. No, great introduction to a Super Saturday of football, so that'll be fantastic. Well, look, Kate, we've really enjoyed catching up with you tonight, and great to hear that you're the best footballer in the Child family. And that's it. I know when I talk to them next time, we'll mention that as well, but we've mentioned it publicly, and it's on record. So terrific to catch up. Thanks for a bit of an insight, too, into the Lady Blues, and we wish you well this weekend in your big game at Windsor Park, 12 o'clock on Saturday. All right, thanks for that, Rick. Cheers. Great to have Kate Child with us on the line from the Launceston Lady Blues. They're in fourth position. As I mentioned, they take on Hobart City this Saturday at 12 o'clock. So get along to Windsor Park. It's only a short drive to get to Aurora Stadium, so you can do the double header there. And good luck to Hayley White in her 50th game, which is a great effort. As we mentioned, Kate mentioned they don't play as many games in the roster season as their male counterparts at this stage. So terrific effort there. All right, quick break on Test Sports Radio. Coming up next, Matthew McGee will join us to preview this weekend's matches in the TSL.
Put some power into your performance with JBC Sports Power. Feel electric in the latest styles of footwear and apparel. Choose from the latest and most amped up fitness equipment, cricket, Aussie rules and soccer gear. Energize yourself today with gym equipment, or power down with friends and family. The source of power in fitness. JBC Sports Power, your local experts.
Right now at Neil Buckby Jaguar, there's Jaguar demonstrator deals that will get your heart racing. For a strictly limited time, take advantage of the exceptional offers and big savings available on all Jaguar demonstrator models. Don't miss this chance to get your heart racing. Get behind the wheel and test drive a Jaguar today. Demonstrator deals are for a limited time, so test drive your new Jaguar today at Neil Buckby Jaguar, corner York and Margaret Streets, Launceston.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki, and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races, or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice, in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
I had 20/20 vision, and in 4 months I went like I was. You can't put a price on your eyes.
Your donation helps Tasmanian Eye Institute deliver world-leading research, education and service in ophthalmology for Tasmanians.
Subaru's end of financial year sale is now on. There's never been a better time to do a new Subaru, as all the range now comes with a reduced price and the added reassurance of 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Do hurry in to the end of financial year sale, now on at Neil Buckby Subaru.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice, in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
And welcome back to Tas Sports Radio, approaching 8:15. Thanks very much for your company. Hope you're enjoying the show tonight. It's been great to catch up with Sam Kerridge of Carlton and also catching up with Damien Carroll and taking a look at the Tasmanian Women's Football League. Kate Child from the Lady Blues. As I mentioned, their big game coming up against Hobart City this weekend. Big game of footy in the south of the state this weekend. Of course, we've got the AFL in Launceston. And my next guest and regular on the show for his TSL preview, Matthew McGee, joins us now. Macca, good evening.
Good evening, Rick. How's things?
Things are very well, and tell you what, 5 days ago, we were very fortunate to be sitting in the commentary box to witness arguably the best game of football we've seen this year. They put on a good show, didn't they, North and Glenorchy?
They put on a brilliant show, didn't they? It was a game of two halves, and North Lonnie had the ascendancy early, but Glenorchy stuck at it and got their structures right in the second half and wheeled the boys over the line and came into that man, Jay Bowden, didn't it? Kicked 4 goals, and that was enough to get Glenorchy the win. Yeah,
he was outstanding, particularly in that second half. And the Magpies, they faced the Northwest Magpies this week. Devonport, that's going to be a very, very tough road trip for Devonport, who certainly look as though they're going to finish in 5th place now after, last week Lauderdale had a draw, didn't they? And but still a pretty important 2 points as it turns out.
They did, and look, Devonport, of course, been up and down a little bit, and more down than up lately. And as you said, it's a tough road trip down there. Our fellow commentator Dave Moore will tell you, Rick, that it's still mathematically possible.
Yes, he did. He did bang on about that, didn't he? Yeah, no, and look,
Devonport lose their last 3, and Hobart City win their last 3. Of course, they've got North this week. Yep. Hobart City can actually get in.
Well, yes, no, that is, it's very true. I forgot about those wise words, and they were very correct. I mean, you can't go wrong with mathematicians, so that was, he's dead set right. But look, Braden Webb, unfortunately, out of the side this week. He came back, and unfortunately, he hasn't come up this week.
No, look, all reports are it's not as bad an injury as he had. It's just more of a rolled ankle, but because it was a bit weak, it hasn't come up. So he'll miss maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and look, they might put him in cotton wool until finals time.
Oh, one would think so. Yeah, why risk him? Look, the Magpies there, or Glenorchy, I should say. There's 2 Magpies. Glenorchy should get the job done pretty easily there.
Yeah, definitely. Look, Mitchell Thorpe will have his boys up and about, the Devonport lads, but you reckon they're just going to be a little bit short on talent right across the field. But look, Devonport will go down. They've had a week off, and they'll go down and have a real red-hot crack. But you'd imagine Glenorchy at KG5, which they've made a bit of a fortress over the last couple of years.
Certainly have. Look, Clarence take on Launceston at Blunston Arena. The Lonnie Blues, well, they just, they only just got over the line, didn't they, over the Tigers last week. I think it was a couple of points in that game. It's always a tough trip. Clarence obviously have had their battles and their problems and change of coach during the season. What do you think here?
Well, look, it's at Bellerive, as you said, but Clarence, of course, have lost a couple of players over the last couple of weeks with suspension. An injury, Jake Cox, I think he got a couple of weeks, so he's probably still out. Look, Launceston got talent. If they can get a get a bit of momentum going, it'll really make something for next year. Of course, Sam Lonergan will hopefully step back into the Breaches coach next year. So, look, Launceston will give it a red hot crack down there at Bellerive. Don't write them off, Launceston.
It's going to be, well, look, yeah, and you're right. I mean, they're a pretty young side as well, and they've been hot and cold, but you're going to get that with young sides. So we'll watch that one with interest. Now, one game that I think could be very interesting, Hobart City Demons and North Launceston. Now, Burnie have the bye this week and an opportunity for North Launceston to try and get that little bit of an advantage and get into second spot, which come finals time is going to be critical for that first week of finals with the qualifying final. But they had their struggles with Hobart City a few weeks ago up here at Aurora Stadium, only winning by a goal, and they certainly would not be wanting to take this one lightly, and particularly with Roosendale out of the side. That does make this potentially a bit of a danger game.
Well, look, Hobart City have been the big improvers, and I said the importance of late wins are really important for next season. And Hobart City is starting to string a few really competitive games together. And you're right, down at North Hobart, North Launceston won't want to take them lightly. As you said, Roosendale's out. They've brought in Alex Lee, who we were a little bit perturbed as to why he didn't play last week, Alex Lee. It was probably that they lost. But it will be a really good game. Look, you'd think overall it'll be at North Launceston, but of course a small North Hobart Oval, they're not going to be able to get their running game going as much as they do on the spaces of Aurora. So, look, if Hobart City is switched on, Dave Moore's dream of Hobart City sneaking in could come to fruition.
He'll be hoping there and hoping. So, that promises to shapes up as probably being the most interesting game of the round. So, and look, a loss for North Launceston there, and it starts to really come down probably to that Burnie Dockers North Launceston game at the tail end of the season to decide that top two.
Well, that's the next big game to look forward to, isn't it? That Burnie North Launceston game. So, look, of course, the last game there, Rick, is Lauderdale and the Tigers down at Tigerland. You would think Lauderdale just way too strong there, and they're going to push up, into that fourth position and consolidate it this week.
Absolutely, you would think so. Now, Macca, what's happening on the? We know on City Park Radio this weekly update we always get on the round ball code. What's happening on the junior front this weekend?
Look, the boys have missed a few games. Launceston Lightning under nines, mate. So Churchill Park's been pretty wet, but hopefully we'll get a game this week. It's taking on one of the Riverside teams this week. So we'll have to stay tuned, see how the Launceston Lightning under nines go.
Well, let's hope they do get on the park this week, because it is very frustrating when they can't get out there and do something that they love. Macca, great to chat again. Thanks for your insight and preview. Rick. We'll chat soon.
Cheers, mate.
Matthew McGee joining us from City Park Radio with his preview for the big games this week in the TSL. As we mentioned, all those games are happening down in Hobart. Glenorchy taking on Devonport at KG5. Clarence at home to Launceston down at Blunston Arena. And then we've got the Hobart City Demons facing North Launceston at North Hobart Oval. And then down at the Twin Ovals, it is the Tigers. They are at home to the travelling Lauderdale. All those games happening this weekend in the TSL. Only a few rounds left to go, so this is up to round 18 already, and a real battle between Glenorchy, Burnie and North Launceston. Those three sides are battling it out in that top three. Lauderdale seemingly will hang on to fourth place, and as we heard, Devonport mathematically could still miss out on the top five, but at the moment they're sitting in fifth place on the ladder. 7 wins, they're on 28 points. Well, very shortly we're going to catch up with the captain of the Cavaliers Netball Club and have a look at this weekend's penultimate round in the ANZ State League Netball. But first we'll have a quick break and come back with Kate Gibson.
Put some power into your performance with JBC Sports Power. Feel electric in the latest styles of footwear and apparel. Choose from the latest and most amped-up fitness equipment. Cricket, Aussie rules and soccer gear. Energize yourself today with gym equipment. Or power down with friends and family. The source of power in fitness. JBC Sports Power, your local experts.
Right now at Neil Buckby Jaguar, there's Jaguar demonstrator deals that will get your heart racing. For a strictly limited time, take advantage of the exceptional offers and big savings available on all Jaguar demonstrator models. Don't miss this chance to get your heart racing. Get behind the wheel and test drive a Jaguar today. Demonstrator deals are for a limited time, so test drive your new Jaguar today at Neil Buckby Jaguar, corner York and Margaret Streets, Launceston.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
I had 20/20 vision, and in 4 months I went like I was. You can't put a price on your eyes.
Your donation helps Tasmanian Eye Institute deliver world-leading research, education and service in ophthalmology for Tasmanians.
Subaru's end of financial year sale is now on. There's never been a better time to do a new Subaru, as all the range now comes with a reduced price and the added reassurance of 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Do hurry in to the end of financial year sale, now on at Neil Buckby Subaru.
Hi punters, it's Dan Malicki and I'm here to tell you about the Balmoral on York, Launceston's most popular accommodation. If you're heading to Launceston for the footy, the races or just a relaxing getaway, the Balmoral on York is the perfect choice in the heart of the city and close to all the major sporting venues. And you won't miss a race with Sky Racing 1 and 2 in every room. So take my advice, call 63 31 8000 and tell them Dan sent you to receive the best offers available. So why stay anywhere else?
And welcome back to Tas Sports Radio. We're getting towards the end of our show this Thursday evening. Plenty of sport happening in the world of basketball and netball here as well. In the Seabull basketball this weekend, our sides are all on the road. The Hobart Men's Chargers do have the week off this week, but the Northwest Thunder, they will be heading interstate. Very important game for the Thunder. They're still holding on to 4th place, which is great. But they take on Sandringham on Sunday afternoon. They are currently sitting at 8 and 11. 8 wins, 11 losses, Sandringham. So big game for the Northwest Thunder as they try to consolidate that 4th position on the ladder and hopefully maybe even 3rd place. If results go their way. So that game happening on Sunday afternoon, as I mentioned, in the women's. Both our women's representative sides here in Tasmania will be in action on the road as well. The Hobart Lady Chargers are taking on the Basketball of Australia Centre of Excellence. Now, they did get off to a reasonable start during the season, the Basketball Centre of Excellence, but they have lost their last 4, and the Hobart Lady Chargers have found some pretty good form, so they're definitely a chance, and let's hope that they can get the job done, as we do the Launceston Tornadoes. They've had a string of home games, unfortunately suffered a loss last weekend, but still sitting beautifully in 2nd place on the ladder, and they take on Sandringham. They have had their struggles this season, 4 wins and 13 losses, so the Tornadoes will certainly start warm favourites in that match, so let's hope that they can get the job done and bring home another win for Launceston this weekend. As always, if you want to keep up to date with all the live results and matches in the Seabull basketball, please go onto the website seabl.com.au and you can keep up to date all the live stats and scores as the game unfolds, which is fantastic. Now, netball, the ANZ State League, it is the penultimate round of the season this weekend. We're just having some trouble getting hold of Kate at the moment, but we will try again in just a moment. But just to give you a bit of an idea, what a thrilling season this is proving to be and the climax that we can look forward to. We look at the ladder at the moment where we've got the Arrows and Northern Hawks occupying 1st and 2nd place on the ladder. Arrows undefeated and the Northern Hawks have had a terrific season so far, sitting comfortably in 2nd. Those two sides guaranteed to play off in the finals. But the battle for 3rd and 4th is red hot at the moment. We've got 4 teams trying to get 2 spots, separated by just 1 point. The Cavaliers, currently sitting in third place from Kingston. And then just outside, they're both on 20 points. Then 1 point adrift, we have Waratah and Karana on 19 points. So that makes this weekend's matches very, very important. So let's have a look at those. Arrows, the top of the table, Arrows take on second place Northern Hawks. What a game that'll be. First versus second, and one that'll be really well attended, and a real preview potentially to a big finals match in a few weeks' time as well. Waratah take on the Cavaliers, so this is a real big game, one of the two real big games to help determine what's going to happen with the finals. Waratah are at home to the Cavaliers, as are Karana. So Waratah and Karana currently 5th and 6th on the ladder, both with home games, and certainly Karana will start very, very warm favourites against Devon, as will Kingston in their home game against Burnie. So you'd anticipate that both those sides, Karana and Kingston, would get the job done. So that makes the match between Waratah and Cavaliers in particular a very, very big game. As I mentioned, the top four wide open, and no doubt it is going to come down to the last round. Speaking of the last round, here at Tas Sports Radio, we are very excited to be partnering with Netball Tasmania next weekend, and also thanks to some great support from Myrtle Ridge Financial Services, who have come on board, which we really appreciate and thank them for. We'll be bringing you the big game here in Launceston at the Silverdome next weekend, the Northern Hawks and the Cavaliers. Our coverage will get underway at 8 p.m, tip-off at 8:15, so please have a look on our Facebook page. You can jump on the link there on the YouTube site where you can watch the game live, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you. And once again, a big thanks to Netball Tasmania for giving us the opportunity to come on board and promote and bring to you netball fans, the opportunity to watch State League netball at its absolute best. So we're really looking forward to that here, and that's going to be a great night for us, and hopefully for you out there as well. If you're not able to get to the game, which obviously we encourage you to do, if you can't for whatever reason, or wherever you are, you can tune in and watch it. Doesn't matter where you are. You can watch it anywhere around the world. You might be at work, or you might be just sitting on the couch having some popcorn and thinking, what can I watch? Well, you can watch the netball and tune in and watch some great local action. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. We're just unable to get hold of Kate, which is a shame, but we'll hopefully catch up with her very soon. So that is it from Tas Sports Radio this week. Thanks very much for your company once again. Big thanks to my technical director, Derek Phillipson. He's got a big weekend here at Aurora Stadium ahead of him, so he's been very kind to help us out once again on the dials ahead of his all the work he's got with the AFL coming up. Big thanks also to our naming rights partner, Neil Buckby Motors, and the great team at JBC Sports Power here in St John Street, Launceston. And Trevor and the team up at Balmoral on York, no doubt they're going to be pumping up there this weekend. It'll be a full house and a big weekend for them and for all the hotels and restaurants, no doubt, around Launceston. Once again, thanks for your company. We look forward to having you on board next week. It's Rick Fontaine for Tas Sports Radio, wishing you a very good evening.